Today we are going to learn about mark and recapture methods for studying populations. I want to start by talking about why we do mark and recapture studies. We want to study populations because we want to see how different physical and biological factors are affecting populations and distributions. What do you guys think are some factors that might affect the way the population is distributed or maybe the abundance of the population?
Climate.
Climate, that's a good one. So if an animal is adapted to a particular climate, you're not going to find it outside of another climate. And
Resources.
resources, good. So if an animal depends on a resource or a plant, depends on a resource, so we know leave plants out. If that increases or decreases, it can affect the abundance.
Competition.
Competition's a good one. Any other ones? One I'm really interested in is invasive species. So if an invasive species were to come in and steal the niche away from the native species, that could affect the population abundance and distribution. Okay, go ahead. Okay. Mark and recapture method is the most popular method for marking and recapturing animals. It's an estimation. It's really, really difficult to do a whole census on a live population of animals. Some ways they've done it, it's not as hard as when you do maybe a plant study. You can take a plot and you can see what's in there, but animals move around, they hide, so it's harder. First used by C.J.G. Peterson in studies of marine fishes and S.C. Lincoln in studies of waterfowl. These two actually work together. And it's often referred to as the Lincoln Index or the Peterson Index. So you might hear those terms, and it's just mark and recapture method. Oh. So this is the actual formula for mark and recapture. This might look a little scary, but we're going to rearrange it so you mathematicians in the room will like this. And we're going to solve it for n, total population size. So this is basically a proportion. So their theory behind the mark and recapture method is marked recaptures over total sample divided by, or should equal to the number we marked initially and the total population size. So basically when we go do a mark recapture, we're going to go out, we're going to catch as many animals as we can, and we're going to mark them somehow. And then we have to come back on another day and capture as many animals as we can again, and we're going to count the difference between who's marked and who's not marked. So go ahead, and I want you guys to try to solve this equation for n. We're incorporating a little bit of our math into science right now. So go ahead and give it a whirl. I'll do it over here too. But I'm going to cover it up because I want you guys to do it. What would be the next step? We're solving for n.
Cross multiply.
Very good. So we want to cross multiply. Okay, you guys love this stuff. Okay? So r times n should be equal to n times t. Okay? So we're still solving for n here. What's the next step?
Divide both sides by r.
Yep, divide both sides by r. So in the end, I'll write it up here so you can see, n should be equal to, so that's the total population, should be equal to the number we marked initially times the total in the sample divided by the number we recaptured the second time. So I want to do this small scale using our bats. And if I have time at the end, I'll tell you why I chose bats. It wasn't just Halloween. Sorry, Danielle. I have 2 pairs of tweezers. They've never been used for like eyebrows or anything, I promise. Just got them at Dollar General. Another trapper. Okay. Then I need 2 markers. So your job will be to mark every bat that you're a trapper. All right. I need 1 more marker. This takes like whole class participation here. All right. So Evan, you can go ahead and mark the bats that Danielle captures.
All right, I hate that.
Jared,
Good thing I made it.
you will be our reporter. So I want you to work with both of our groups here, and at the end just get a final tally, okay, of how many were marked. Okay?
You know, you want like the total of them both? You don't want just the...
Yeah, it's not like a, imagine this is a cave, you guys are going in on one side of the cave, you guys are going on the other side, you guys are going to get a total tally together. I was like, I'd never go near a cave. Okay, so tally marks are just fine for this. And I'll watch the clock. I'll give you 30 seconds. Yeah, you gotta pick it up with the tweezers because it's not easy to capture while they color, is it? Ready, set, go.
You just
We had a casualty. And stop. Okay, so that was our initial marking. That was our initial marking. We did pretty good. So go ahead and flip these over. And we're going to mix them up. Because when you do an actual mark and recapture study, you're not going to do it that same day. You're going to come back another day. Oh yeah, that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 on this side. Okay. Perfect. Alright, you guys can help me mix these up. Just gonna scramble them. And don't worry about recapturing, because that's the point. So I know you can see the markings on them. It's really interesting the way they mark wild animals. Like some they do tattoos, they do radio collars, bands. They'll dye their fur, hair dye.
The penguins, they mark a little bit of pink paint.
We did a mark and recapture study with bats at Gannon. We did a little bit of red paint. Little spot for them.
I did it on seashells with hand polish.
Kat, just let you know you're at 8.5 minutes right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, ready, set, go. At the end, I know the actual number of bats, so we'll be able to see how accurate our estimation was. Just going to leave the top one up there. That's fine.
We're supposed to be sticking it again, sorry.
I don't think you need to stick them this time. You just need a final.
Well, I am.
She's pretty bad. There's no
Ricky,
keeping
no,
up
I
with her.
think-
She's phenomenal.
Okay, stop. Okay. So, go ahead and count up
That one counts.
who was initially marked. Did you mark with a different color?
I just got 2 sides.
No.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's
Wait, I
fine.
didn't even stick her then the second time.
Oh, that's fine.
So,
Well, then,
yeah, I stick her
that's
then the
good.
second
That's
time,
good.
So, yeah. So once it aren't sticking.
So get a total number of who is recaptured. I need a total number of marked recaptures.
This one's supposed to be total?
And then I need a total number of how many we caught in the second sample.
Okay, so.
That,
That we're not.
yes,
Okay, so four recaptures.
4 recaptures. recaptures,
Seven recaptures.
I scored.
7 recaptures,
15 non-recapture or 15 total? No, 15 non-recapture.
okay. So,
And
We have
9 for
8.
the first time.
Or 9.
9 captured for the first time.
we might have to just do this. Just this.
Four.
4. Alright, so how many were initially marked, Jared? 19 initial. Okay. Then we need the total in the second sample. So how many we captured in the second sample? That's marked and unmarked.
Uh,
24? Divided by the total number of our recaptures. So that, I think they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.
We had like
Did you mark pink or green first?
10. The ones with 2 stickers are the ones
Oh,
that
okay.
we marked.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. Does somebody mind plugging that into their calculator really fast? I want to see how accurate we were, because I know the total number of bats. 38. Okay, so this was grossly inaccurate, because there's 125 of them. But this is also, there's a lot of different factors that are playing into that, so I hope we learned something. Thank you guys.